We have our table topics, and for those of you who are kind of new, this is the time we have an impromptu question, and then our table topics master will call on someone to come up and answer the question in 1 to 2 minutes. So now I'd like to introduce our table topic master for today, Miss MaryJane Sahagan.
All right. I'm going to get right to it. I have a lot of questions I want to get through. So let's start with the first one. I said earlier, no one can deny the legacy that is Disney. Name one way that Disney has impacted or influenced your life, Alex.
That's a hard question because there's definitely more than one way Disney has affected my life. But if I had to pick just one, I'd say it made me a very more of a dreamer. I grew up in a very harsher neighborhood. It wasn't the nicest place, and sometimes you'd see a lot of things I wouldn't understand until later on. Growing up, I was like, oh, these kids are throwing water balloons at cars. That's so cool. Now it's like, oh, that was messed up. That's not cool. Don't do that. I'd say it made me really open my eyes, and I saw a whole new world. I idolized animals differently, and I was like, oh, I want a Simba one day. I want an animal that could talk, and I had all these it made my childhood really bright. Anytime there was any issues, I just watched a movie. My parents would, Mulan was a huge thing for me because this is an Asian person. I can relate to this. There's so many different qualities. Every movie, everything has a message, and I felt that Disney made me dream when times were rough. Thank you.
I too wanted a pet animal. I thought a tiger would be a good pet. Jasmine had one. Every story has a protagonist and an antagonist, a hero and a villain. What Disney hero do you most identify with? Bruno.
Thank you. Did you say Aladdin?
Yeah.
You stole it from me. Okay, so I'll roll with it no matter what. I don't think Aladdin even qualifies as a hero. However, my wife insists that I look like Aladdin, so she dressed me up as Aladdin one Halloween. And to my great unfortune, she was right. I really kind of do look like Aladdin. But anyway, I have no idea why Aladdin's a hero. I remember the movie. It was definitely top 2 movies from Disney, along with The Lion King. Why is Aladdin a hero? I think his humility really is something that should be highlighted for Aladdin. He's someone who's not the big sort of heroic kind of person in your traditional sense, but he does the right thing. He's humble about it, and he shows that you can just be a hero by doing the right thing and sort of bidding your time, and eventually you get the rewards from that. Is that a minute?
Speaking of villains, the Wicked Witch of the West was a villain in The Wizard of Oz. And it turned out she was never evil, she was just misunderstood. What Disney villain do you think is most misunderstood? Wes.
I'm going to go with Scar. So Scar wanted some. He wanted to transform some things. He had a particular vision in his head, much like some of the misguided tyrants of the past who, when implementing their plan, didn't quite pan out as they expected. I think he wanted to unite the hyenas with the lions. And what's wrong with bringing people together so we can all just get along? And you've got the different balances and skill sets. And if inclusion and diversity is really something that is valued in today's world. Okay, so it didn't quite pan out as he wanted to, but I think his intentions were were particularly misunderstood and I think noble to some extent, if you really did do. Thank you very much.
You know, I could really see that working. Thank you for providing a different perspective on Scar. I think we were all not following you when you first started. Okay, it seems that every Disney story has a lesson to be told. What Disney story taught you a valuable lesson, Sarah P? Sarah P.
So I think a lot of these Disney questions are a little bit hard to answer today just because there are so many movies out there, whether it's with Pixar or the classics. But I'm going to talk about the Disney movie that I saw most recently, which is Inside Out. And I think Inside Out is one of the more mature Disney films that have been released. And the idea that you can't live a happy life without experiencing some sort of sadness is something that I've always resonated with. And during that entire movie, I kept getting really frustrated that sadness kept bringing everyone down and she kept ruining everything and touching all the bubbles. But if you haven't seen the movie, I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend going to go watch it, because the moral of the story is that people aren't supposed to be categorizing their emotions into different compartments, and that really you need one emotion to complement another in order to live an emotionally fulfilling life. And as someone who works more on the technical side of this industry, emotions are something that I haven't really come to grasp with quite easily. I'm still trying to figure it all out. So thank you, Disney, for teaching me a valuable lesson, even though I'm, turning 21 and trying to be an adult. Everyone can learn something from a Disney movie.
No, I agree. I did see Inside Out, and Disney's getting better about more realistic lessons. I think in Frozen, they're like, you can't just fall in love with someone you just met. It's like, Disney finally got it right. You don't just like wake up and, oh my God, will you be my person? I think, do we have time for one more? Yes. Okay. I just threw this one on here. Tell me what your favorite Disney song is, and please sing it, Sarah. You don't have to sing it. I'm so sorry. I was really excited. Or what about it do you like?
Okay. Ooh. There's so many good Disney songs to think of, and they just keep getting better. But some of the classic ones from Little Mermaid or Aladdin, I would have to say it's a tie between A Whole New World or, Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collections? Yeah. What's that one called? Well, that one's really good. I think that they're all cheerful and they're catchy, and I remember in high school being obnoxious and singing them with my friends. And I would have to just say Whole New World.
Part of that world.
Yes, thank you. Part of
Do it, Alex.
Oh, I mean, no. What?
Trying to think of any other songs. I was listening, Hakuna Matata is really good. That one's good to get you through the day. And that's about it.
I'm sorry, I gave you a hard one. I know that Disney's just such a large category. It's really truly is a legacy in all of our lives, no matter how old we are. And the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys with, I'm going to end table topics on that because I think we're all flustered. Walt Disney said that laughter is timeless, dreams have no age, and imagination is forever. So as we continue on with our daily lives, whether we have children at home or we're a child inside ourselves, try not to grow up, because this is the stuff that we believe in, and like Alex said, it's what taught us to dream.
Wow, that was great. This is the stuff that dreams are made of.